Hi guys, thanks for tuning in for segment 4 of Smacktalk. I'm Shawn Adams.
I'm Tony Gaglione. We're doing our top 5s of soon-to-be starting quarterbacks. Go ahead.
Yeah, we like to do the last segment and just round out the show with a random top 5. These are quarterbacks that may not start at the team they're playing for now, but these are guys we feel high on talent, that they will make it. My number 5 quarterback came out of Syracuse. He's the third-string quarterback for the Giants now. Is Ryan Nassib, whatever.
Nassib.
Whatever. Nassib, as far as I'm concerned. This guy, he can throw the ball. He's a good quarterback. He's going to learn from Eli Manning.
Mm-hmm.
Given a chance, I say 2 or 3 years, he'll probably be worth enough that a team like the Minnesotas, I won't know who these teams are.
Yeah, they might
end
up drafting somebody like Johnny Manziel, who turns out to be a Heisman or NFL MVP. So.
We won't know who these teams are, but there are always teams every year in the NFL that are looking for a quarterback who has some NFL experience,
Definitely.
And I think Ryan Nassib will get an opportunity at that point, and I think he'll succeed. I'm not saying he's a Hall of Famer, but I do think that he's worthy to be a starter, a solid starter. He's not going to be a journeyman quarterback like Chad Henne.
No, I agree. Ryan Nassib is he's going to be a starter somewhere. He's not in my top 5 for a couple reasons. One of the reasons is my number 5 right now is Matt Barkley. The only reason I say Matt Barkley is going to be a starter somewhere is because in the past 10 to 15 years, USC has put out NFL quarterback after NFL quarterback after NFL quarterback. Carson Palmer, Matt Castle, who didn't do too well. Matt Leinart didn't do too well, but they all ended up starting somewhere at some point. So I think Matt Barkley is going to get a shot, not in Philly, because he doesn't run that style of offense.
Yeah.
He's a spread type of guy. He's not really they run like a read option there or something.
Yeah, it's Chip Kelly. It's like the most complicated NFL system, and it's super fast.
He's from Oregon. If you watch Oregon in the past, 5 to 10 years, it's the most crazy offense you'll see.
It's the highest offensive production ever. It's like 400 yards rushing, 500 yards passing.
We're going to see if that
translates
over. Yeah, we'll see.
They've got LaShawn McCoy, Deshaun Jackson, Michael Vick.
As long as he doesn't drop
Brent
the ball
Selleck,
before he
who's
gets
a pretty
into
good
the end
underrated
zone.
quarterback. Yeah, as long as he doesn't step down. But I mean, I'm right. You're right. I don't think Barkley is in Philly. I'm not saying that he won't get a game or two at Philly, but I don't think his career takes off.
He might
in Philadelphia. Yeah, Michael Vick could get hurt, but you have a guy on your chart that is probably going to be a starter.
Yeah,
and he's back to Michael Vick. My number 4 is Terrelle Pryor. I worry about Terrelle Pryor's attitude. If he stops selling jerseys for tattoos, things like that. He was given an open competition this year. He's going to lose because Matt Flynn is going to be the starter. I worry about that, about how that damages him. But he does have the talent, the size, the arm strength to be a good quarterback. I think if he learns how to be a pro, is the only worry I have. If he learns how to be a pro, then he has the ability to be a very good quarterback in the NFL, similar to like what Cam Newton and RG3 do, except he has the size. He has a different size, The
thing with Oakland though is they want players that have bad attitudes.
Yeah, it's the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah. They want players that have a bad boy mentality, and I think they misused players because of that, like Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah.
They let him go out. Al Davis let him go out and
drink some codeine.
Yeah. What do you got caught drinking cough syrup or something?
Yeah, it's scissor.
Whatever, man.
Trayvon Martin.
Whatever they're doing. My number 4 is Brock Osweiler from Arizona State. He's about 6'4", 6'5", and he might even be taller. He's about 230, and he can see over the line. He plays behind Peyton Manning in Denver. He'll never probably start there.
Well, I mean, Peyton Manning could get injured
again. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
But he'll probably get traded somewhere, or he just waits his turn.
Yeah.
And when Peyton Manning retires, which he's not going to last 5 more years.
No. But they drafted him for this reason.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, they drafted him to be the guy.
Yeah, he's the guy who's sitting and just kind of waiting in the wings, and you don't hear him complaining.
Yeah, and that's where I think that Brock Osweiler has an advantage over Terrelle Pryor. I didn't put Osweiler on my list because you already had him on there. He's going to learn how to be a pro, because if anyone's a pro, Peyton Manning is the ultimate pro.
Sure.
And so because of that, Osweiler, like you said, he'd wait 2 or 3 years, 4 or 5 years. We don't know how long Peyton Manning's still going to play, but when he does, Osweiler's got the size, the arm strength. Arizona State.
He's going to turn some heads.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, especially with a name like Osweiler.
Go ahead, your number 3.
My number 3, he's already been a starting job, but it's Tim Tebow. I think this guy, he reminds me of a young Elway. He needs to figure it out. When he figures it out, he's already a gamer. He's already got the it. He's already got the abilities to make things out of nothing. I think he just needs to learn to slow. You know, when they say the quarterback the game starts to slow down for him.
It's way too fast.
It's way too fast right now. And I think once the game slows down for Tim Tebow, he is going to be a highlight reel every week.
Really?
He just has the drive to do things that and people when he has the drive, people like raise their game around him.
And you know, I think that I love Tim Tebow. Obviously, there's a Tebow jersey behind us, but I don't think he's a quarterback right now. I think he's just a guy that you put in, kind of like you had Danny Woodhead for the Patriots. He's a guy that comes in every, I don't know, third down or a special play here and there, a wildcat kind of thing. But like you said, he beat the Steelers with the Broncos.
Yeah.
Throwing the ball. Yeah, to Denarius Thomas.
Darius Thomas.
Yeah, like a 60-yard overtime pass. I mean, it was like a 30-yard pass, but he took it the other way, 30 more yards. I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see. Because I don't want to hate on him because I like the guy.
Yeah.
But I don't want to say he's going to be good either. In that.
No,
he went 1 for 7 with an interception last game.
It's, I don't like, preseason. That's like me. That's like, it's like warm-ups. He doesn't. Yeah. He's been garbage. He was garbage at practice in Florida, but he won championship games. The Broncos players were talking about how bad he was, yet he goes out and takes them to the playoffs. He wins he was horrible one game against the Jets.
Yeah,
on Thursday Night Football, and then I'm winning the game. Yeah.
With a 27-yard run to end the game.
Yeah.
What quarterback runs the ball with no time left on the clock?
Yeah, nobody. But Tim Tebow.
Well, they didn't expect it, obviously.
Yeah, no, obviously. Yeah.
My number 3 is your number 2, and Ryan Mallet. We both agree that this kid is going to start somewhere very soon.
Yeah. All it takes is an injury.
Yeah.
This he's learning from Tom Brady. And, if you're good enough to be the backup quarterback on the Patriots, you're good enough to start for other teams.
Sure.
You look at Matt Castle. He went to the Chiefs. Now, Castle went 11-5 with the Patriots, then went 11-5 with the Chiefs, took him to one playoff, and then kind of, died out from there. Plus injuries, Castle. But Mallet's got an arm. He's got the smarts. Mm-hmm. He ran a pro-style offense at Arkansas. Mm-hmm. He's learning from Tom Brady. Similar like Osweiler learning from Peyton Manning. If there's two guys you want to learn from, the one's name's Tom, the other one's Peyton. Mm-hmm. And Mallet, he's, every year they're going to draft another quarterback. They're going to get a guy, and they're going to have an open competition, and that guy's going to get cut, and Mallet's going to be the backup. Because obviously Belichick has faith in this guy that if Tom Brady does go down, this guy knows the system. Sure. He knows how to play. And he's not a system player because the system he ran at Arkansas is not the same system they're running.
No, it's much more complicated in New England. That's
so he's smart.
You have to give him credit that he's a smart quarterback. My number 2 is Nick Foles for the reason that he's the backup to Michael Vick right now, and Michael Vick does get hurt all the time.
Yeah.
So, he did start a couple games.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that he's going to show his stuff enough that somebody is going to pick him up and he's going to be the guy. Not just the guy who comes in when Vic's hurt.
Yeah.
Because he did start, the majority of the games last year.
Yeah, Vic was hurt.
But he's still not the guy. Vic comes back and Vic gets placed right in the number 1 spot. Even though there was an open competition, which I don't agree with.
Yeah, well, Chip Kelly's not. He wants a running quarterback.
Yeah, there's no way that Nick Foles is going to be your starting quarterback in that style of offense.
Yeah.
So that was my number 2.
Yeah, I think Nick Foles has an opportunity. He definitely showed. He made some mistakes last year, but young quarterbacks do that. Mm-hmm. Not everybody's a Russell Wilson. Not everybody's a Colin Kaepernick. Not everybody's Ben Roethlisberger or Dan Marino, guys that when they're young, they came out and they're good. Tom Brady, obviously, when he came out, he was
slinging it.
Not everybody's like that.
Yeah.
Some guys need the time to learn. Some guys, like Aaron Rodgers, are learning, and then when they get the opportunity, they're good because they have the opportunity. That's kind of like how I see Ryan Foles. You get some game tape on him. He gets some NFL experience, and like you said, somebody, like I said, there's going to be some teams. Every year there's teams that need a journeyman quarterback that they want to make the veteran competition, and then that guy comes in and he takes a spot. It's kind of like what David Gerard did. When with Byron Leftwich, he came in and next thing you know, Leftwich is gone and
took it.
And
Gerard from ECU, East Carolina University. No one heard of the guy. He got drafted in a late round somewhere, I believe. I'm not too positive on that. Don't quote me on that, but I mean, Nick Foles did a lot with nothing in Arizona. They had a decent defense. They had no offense whatsoever. They had no running back, no wide receivers, and he still won games. I think he won a couple bowl games too.
Yeah, our number one we both agree on, and I'm really high on this guy. I know Tony believes it too. We could have told you this last year. Is Kirk Cousins, Washington Redskins?
Yes,
this dude is a gamer. He obviously got injured today in the preseason game, but
precautionary.
Yeah, it's preseason. It's kind of like Le'Veon Bell. He's already hurting a hurt knee, you get a hurt foot, you just pull him out from the game. But RG3 is going to get hurt. RG3.
It's almost like guaranteed.
Yeah, he's going to get.
With the way the guy plays the game, I love RG3 already, and he's a really smart quarterback who does not throw interceptions, but he does run the ball and tuck and run way too much.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins beat the world champion Baltimore Ravens last year. Came in, didn't start the game. Came in when RG3 got hurt and led him in a fourth quarter drive to win the game. And we're not just talking about winning a game in the NFL. We're talking about beating one of the best defenses.
Sure.
Now, maybe not so much now because they've got no Ed Reed, no Ray Lewis.
Yeah.
But when
he played the game,
they did. And, if you can outsmart Ray Lewis in the fourth quarter, 2-minute drive, and you're a rookie, you guys.
I think a lot of it had to do with the change of pace at quarterback, though, because RG3 was running that option, and Kirk Cousins just came back and
pocket passer.
Exactly.
Yeah. And they have a great offensive line.
They do.
The Redskins have a great offensive line, so they can protect. So give him time, and that's what I think. Cousins, he's going to be the star. I'm saying he's the starter of the Washington Redskins.
Hole in the wall joke school either. He played at Michigan State. He single-handedly ruined Notre Dame's season before last when they had a chance.
He ruined Wisconsin's season at their national championship bid. Yeah,
he ruined a lot of people's season.
Yeah.
But Michigan State, all in all, wasn't as a whole a fantastic team, so they didn't have a run. But he made sure to play spoiler on the way.
Yeah, Michigan State, the last 2 years that he was there, they were, I think 10 wins was the highest they got. But they were in the games because of Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. Definitely.
They had Javon Ringer when he was a sophomore.
Yeah.
He even when as a sophomore, a redshirt freshman, they knew this guy was going to their quarterback, and so he's, in my opinion, this is the starter of the Washington Redskins because RG3 is going to get an injury and he's going to miss 14 games, 12 games, and it may not be this year. It won't be this year.
No.
But when it happens, the next year, you can't go out and say RG3 is the starter.
Yeah, you
because
can't just bring him back.
Cousins is going to be doing it.
And you know what? The Redskins organization is probably the luckiest organization in football right now because they drafted Kirk Cousins. And
the same year they drafted RG3.
And they just got lucky. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And everyone was hollering, why they draft another quarterback? Look. Ask the Baltimore Ravens why they drafted another quarterback.
Think of it this way. If they didn't draft Kirk Cousins, who's waiting in the wings behind RG3?
Rex Grossman.
He's
horrible. He's horrible.
I know firsthand about how bad he is.
He's already been on the Redskins before that, too, and that's the worst thing is that, I think Shanahan's just took a guy that he's comfortable with, but
as a third stringer.
Yeah, as a third stringer, but Kirk Cousins, I'm gonna stick to it. This dude's the starter of the Washington Redskins.
Yeah, you know what? He's gonna, if he doesn't start there, he's gonna start somewhere very soon.
And somebody's gonna be paying a lot of money for him.
I say in the next 10 years, you're gonna be reading Kirk Cousins' name on a Pro Bowl if it exists.
Yeah, if there's a Pro Bowl. Yeah, if not, there's be an All-Star ballot, something like that.
First team, something like that.
I'm gonna go out and say this: Kirk Cousins, before his career's done, a Super Bowl victory.
Ooh, that's tall. That's a tall order. That ain't happening. I'm sorry. Take a team to the playoffs before you bite that big of a bite there. Thanks for watching Smack Talk tonight. I'm Tony Gaglione.
I'm Shawn Adams.
Thanks a lot.